Yo, yeah. Yo, don't be trolling me, man. Okay. Nathan Wade did an interview. Ain't Nathan Wade is the what's the guy's name? He's a side or the side, yeah, he's a side for Fauni Willis. He did an interview? No way. Nathan Wade, CNN. Don't tell me he did an interview. Oh, let me see this. So this is a dude that Fauni Willis was given the double fisted gawk gawk 5 million to, um, and then gave him $700,000 to basically prosecute Trump. And apparently the going rate for special prosecutor ain't even a third of that. You get what I mean? But she's sucking his dick. She getting piped the fuck out by this nigga. So she throws him some easy job, or not easy job, but she throws him a bone in terms of a job that's gonna pay and also a reputation maker. And she's paying him crazy. And yeah, Trump's team finds out, yo, Fauni Willis, like we all know Fauni had that, yo, she had that dog behind her. Look at Fauni Willis. Bruh, Fauni Willis always was sitting on something. I remember looking at her walking to the podium talking about this YSL shit. Even here. Like, nigga, one time the cameraman who was here, he managed to fuck around and go here. And I'm like, oh, she's sitting on a piece of real estate back there. She had that shit on her. You get what I'm saying? And it was all natural, non-GMO. Okay, no growth hormones, no steroids. Let me see. I feel like I'm gonna be improper, but shit, man, I might say Fauni Willis ass. Like, she got a little junk on her. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. You feel what I'm saying? And when she was like on the podium giving the white woman the work, I realized, bruh, yo, she probably suck a mean dick, nigga. Like, real talk. Look at this, bruh. This nigga probably felt like the man. You're getting paid damn near $1 million. You think you about to bring down Trump, and after she signs your check, you bend her over on the balcony in Miami and fuck the life out of her. Damn, this nigga thought he was living the life, bro, until Trump figured it out. Okay. Anyway, apparently, he's been removed from the case, so he cannot be the person who's a special prosecutor. And now they're even reconsidering if Fauni Willis could go forward with this, being the DA. And essentially, Nathan Wade now, I think his career is pretty much is erupted. Yo, unfortunately, when it comes to shit like this, if you've led with your dick and fucked the people to get in the positions that you've got to, now people are probably looking at Nathan Wade to say, yo, maybe you're not even like that good of a lawyer. You've just finessed your way to these positions. Anyway, apparently he did an interview with CNN. Let me hear what it was said. Here we go. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, chat.
What is your current relationship with the district attorney?
Just as outlined earlier, we are great friends. We speak regularly. The conversation has changed, though. Whereas before, our conversations were about this case. I'm sure you could imagine and appreciate the amount of time that it takes that you have to pour into a case a case of this magnitude, trying to prosecute those defendants. But our conversations have shifted to how are you handling the threats that are coming your way? Are you being safe? And democracy, the case.
Bro, we don't want to hear about that, nigga. Are you still fucking funny, nigga? And how great is the pussy? How's the net game, nigga? That's what we want to hear about. What is this nigga talking about? Yo, I'm asking her how she deal with all this. No, nigga. Are you still laying down cock on Fauni Willis, nigga? And how about you fuck her out of thinking that YSL should go to jail?
Will live on, kind of thing.
Just to clarify, when did the romantic relationship between the two of you start?
Yeah, so, we get into...
Oh, she got good pussy. You see how that nigga smile? That's good pussy smile right there. When a chick got good pussy, you see that little smile right there? Oh, man, reminiscing.
Relationship between the two of you start?
Yeah, so...
Yep. She got that good. That wet. She got that good. Oh, she got that wet. You can tell. Look at this smile right
here. We get into... There's been this effort to say that, okay, these...
By the way, chat, everybody knows me. Listen, I'm not mad at women when they're obviously or they have a ulterior motive of being a gold digger, because I think that's how women try to, that's gonna be one of their ways of trying to get ahead in life. They try to use their looks to try to come up with financially. They're gonna try to get rich dudes, this and third. But I do believe us men, we've always been lacking. Okay, I salute the men who fuck their way to winning. You get what I'm saying? The nigga who will get with the fat white bitch who got all the bread, but nobody would touch with a 10-foot pole, but you're down to eat her pussy and all those cholesterols and leftover calories just to make sure you driving around her car, got a place to stay, and that she gonna put some money in your checking account. I salute those men. If you just got that ding-a-ling just slanging for no fucking reason and you not fucking a woman that could help put you in position, this is 2024, people. You're fucking losing. Women ain't fucking broke dudes. Actually, they make songs about it. If you broke, you don't deserve pussy. Fucking on a rich nigga. And us niggas over here, we just doing the most to fuck the bitches that ain't shit, that might got a pretty face, a fat ass, but they got nothing to give more than some goddamn saliva and some goddamn pussy, bro. I'm being honest. I got to salute to this man because he probably could have fucked other hoes, but Fauni Willis, yo, you got to fuck a girl in power. Real talk.
These exact dates are at issue, and these exact dates are, I'm getting signaled here.
What you mean you getting signaled, nigga? What?
Yeah, take it. Do I go off mic for a second?
Yes.
Okay. Go off mic for a second.
Keep rolling?
Yeah, keep rolling.
Oh, typical snake CNN move. His publicist and team wants to step in to fuck the interview up, fuck the moment up, keep it rolling. Fuck him.
Don't stop down there.
By the way, they would never do this to somebody who they respect. Like, they're looking at this nigga like, we don't give a shit about you, nigga. Keep the camera rolling, man. We don't give a fuck what happens to this guy. Let's tape him while he walks off set. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about him. That's the interesting thing. You think they would do this to, like, Joe Biden? If Joe Biden catches dementia during the middle of an interview, you think they would keep taping? Hell no. But nobody gives a fuck about Nathan Wade. Man, record this thing like it's reality TV. It's like Zeus right now. They record the nigga while he goes to have a private Yo, CNN is slimy. This some dirty shit right here. No, this some dirty shit right here. Yo, chat. Could you imagine if Hillary Clinton went into CNN to do an interview and all of a sudden, you know what I mean, she's about to say something that could probably implicate either foreign nations or implicate the Clinton family or foundation into some bullshit, and then her publicist or her lawyer jumps in and says, hey, listen, could we take a pause real quick? I need to have a little sidebar with my client. You think CNN is going to be like, yeah, keep this bitch rolling. Tape them while they go talk in the corner. Fuck no. But this is what happens when, at the end of the day, people make choices. This guy is media fodder. So they're like, fuck him. Matter of fact, do we have a boom mic over there that we can hear the conversation? Let's see if they actually hear the conversation. This is fucked up. Niggas taking their phones down and shit. Holy shit. Nah, this is like some slimy move by TMZ, man.
That's good?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Still rolling.
Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We asked.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Just to revisit the question, it was to clarify when the romantic relationship started and when it ended.
Sure. So, I believe that the public has, through the testimony and other interviews, the public has a clear snapshot that this is clearly just a distraction. It is not a relevant issue in this case, and I think that we should be focusing on more of the facts and the indictment in the case.
Well, I ask because obviously this is...
Damn, man. I got to get on my CNN shit, bro. Like, you know what I realized about myself? Adam 22 made me realize this. I'm too good of a guy. Like, I'm not down to snake a nigga for a moment type shit. Like, yo, I've recorded like probably like 3 hours of content, or maybe I don't know. I've recorded probably like I probably got like 6-7 hours of content with young boys just sitting somewhere. I'm not like, yo, shit, he's in jail. Let's drop it all now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, who cares? Like, I'm good. Might never get released. Yo, you know who I did an interview with that never came out? But also it's just like, bro, I don't want to put some shit out. Like, I'll give you the reality behind it. Like, I don't know what these other niggas are talking about. I put out an interview. It might be decent, whatever. Yo, you may make a couple $1,000 to like $5,000 or $10,000 with it. Like, bro, I'm just sorry. Like, once you start being successful, like, just $10,000 ain't enough for me to snake a nigga, bro. Like, like, nigga, I just don't care. Now, granted, I wouldn't snake like a Drake or something like that, because that would go make it some crazy shit. But like, that's the point I'm just trying to say. I'm like, bro, I just don't give a fuck. So I did an interview with who's the nigga name? What's that nigga name? I mean, he had, he was bouncing 2 chicks, Dreezy or whatever. Jacquees. I always fuck up his name. Anyway, did an interview with him. He's talking. He's giving it up about everything, all these incidents that was happening. We did it right around that time, right when Trey Songz pulled out his dreads or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? After his girl was just beefing with Dreezy, his girl is Deion Sanders' daughter. We did an interview, this and third. Obviously he's going through his whole personal drama. He hits me. He's like, yo, like basically like second guessing it going out. And I think that's the conversation I was having with Adam, because like I think he's on some shit like, nah, this shit's going out. Bro, I never put an interview out, bro. Like, I don't even think, like, we took bad picture. I never even showed people that we even did an interview. But that's me, like, I know if that interview came out, bro, it would jam up his personal situations. Like, I've just dealt with crazy bitches. So, like, I know I put that interview out, she gonna be hitting that nigga over the head with a fucking Louboutin high heel. Like, she gonna be running that nigga out the house. So I'm like, bro, I'm good. Like, I don't want to try to profit off of snaking a nigga or putting out content that I know is gonna fuck up their household, especially when they call me before it's out to be like, bro, can we not do that? Like, yeah, now I was tweaking when I did that, or let's do it again but another time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I be just thinking I'm being a good person. That's what I think. But now I'm watching CNN. I'm like, this is what we on? We just snaking people? This is crazy. They recorded the nigga walking into the corner. This is foul.
It's still a pending matter. It's going to be before the Court of Appeals. And you talked about how proud you were of all the work that you did in this office. And I think the question that people have when they hear from the Court of Appeals, this isn't happening until next spring, is did the relationship jeopardize that work that you did in this investigation?
And therein lies the issue. Why we wouldn't touch upon the work of the Court of Appeals or some higher court, because it's a pending issue before them. I think that we should allow them, take a step back and allow them to take the evidence that they have and do their work, make the decision.
Right, but you did testify to this, and you were asked about, on the stand, about when it started and when it ended. It just wasn't completely clear, because before it said before the indictment, which was August 15th here in Atlanta, and then later the answer was at the end of that year. And so I think that was the clarity that people were seeking of when it started and when it ended.
Sure, and there again, there's a question before the court, and that.
Hey, Chad, let me tell you this. I guess what I was saying earlier is that, us dudes, what we got to start doing, man, if y'all see, like, salute to the niggas who, if they see a female officer, they'll try to fuck the female officer, female lawyer, or something like that. Yeah, we got to start fucking up. Like, men are the only people who fuck down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we'll fuck any chick. The brokest chick, the chick on Section 8, the chick with 9 baby daddies. Men fuck down, women fuck up. I like that women fuck up because that's smart, right? But us as men, we don't exercise that same type of, assertion, and that's my only thing. Anyway, all right, Nathan Wade, clearly, we all know he lied, right? Like, he was fucking Fauni probably from he met her. She was probably sucking him off at some Applebee's or some shit like that. Come on, everybody knows this shit. Like, come on. Bro, he's a nigga. You can tell on his face he's a nigga. You get what I'm saying? obviously, though, and this kind of shows you the difference between regular people and attorneys. And even in this Brian Steele case, like the YSL case with Brian Steele, you realize regular people gets treated by law enforcement and even the courts very different than, these preferred or privileged people. Like, we all know Nathan Wade and Fauni Willis are lying. They were fucking from day one. They clearly were probably talking and being in cahoots to, get money flowing between them and fucking and having great vacations. But did they finesse and play it well when they had to get questioned in court about it? Of course. Fauni Willis literally got on the stand and said that, she walks around with undetermined sums of money and she doesn't pay with credit card or checks. Like, come the fuck on. She was doing that and she said, my daddy told me always keep cash on me. No, that's not, like, they knew it was improper. But here's the thing. When you do some improper shit, you get found out and you get charged and you go to jail if it's like improper and you're trying to lie to the cops or something like that. These lawyers, Fauni Willis is a lawyer, even though she's a DA, DA is technically obviously a lawyer. Fauni Willis and this guy, they basically got up there, lied, and they knew how to lie. They knew how to lie. They knew how to cover it up. And that's the only difference between regular civilians and these people. Everybody's liars, right? All good. Thank you for who sent me this. I suppose we should probably then go to this YSL case real quick. We're not going to try to be too much in the legal back and forth, but today was a very interesting day. So Mr. What's his name again? YSL Woody. He took the stand today, and after he took the stand, and by the way, I'll give you a real quick update on Young Thug's attorney. Again, I'm dropping an emergency podcast about it tomorrow. Brian Steele appealed the contempt charge that the judge gave him, and when he appealed it, apparently what everybody said about Brian Steele, he has an impeccable record. He has so much, he's worked in this justice system for so many years that, and this is just one of the things where, with all due respect, and I hope you understand my perspective, I know some of y'all be like, oh, damn, Young Thug is getting fucked. No, he's not. Young Thug is getting the most privileged treatment possible by any person that could ever get charged with the crime he's charged with. When you are a celebrity to that extent, you're getting the utmost privilege, right? Your case is getting fast-tracked. There's so many people who are just broke as fuck who got locked up. You're not getting no goddamn trial. You're not getting all these type of motions. You're not getting six chances to get bond within a year. They're not having 6 hearings for you to get bond. It's just not happening, right? They're going to be like, the court's busy. Now, I say that to say, Young Thug's lawyer, he's one of those guys, he's one of the best attorneys in Georgia. He's done a lot. He has a lot of good grace in Georgia, even if him and this judge is bumping heads. They weren't going to send him to jail. Here's the thing. Usually in an appellate court or the Court of Appeals, they could have said, hey, we're bogged down with shit right now. We're not going to immediately review your contempt charge, right? Like, how many people are waiting for appeals? Bro, they immediately jump in and grant, or not grant the appeal. They basically, they allow a bond so he doesn't have to go to jail at all until the appellate courts decides. Basically, he's never going to go to jail. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, when you have the privilege of being some of these attorneys, and Young Thug got the best attorney in the fucking game. This shit was performative. He's not going to jail. He's not going to be in Fulton County. He's not going to be in cellmates with Thug. And they already granted did I post it on the page? I think I should have. They already granted Young Thug's attorney, it says he's been granted supersedeas bond by the Supreme Court. Right? So he will not need to go to jail while waiting for his order to be appealed. Again, this doesn't happen to everybody. This is special treatment. And that's my only thing when people start talking about a Young Thug case. This is all special treatment. I hate when I see regular humans who, when y'all go to court and y'all get certain either charges or accusations are levied on you, you don't get to have Young Thug privilege. You get hammered in court. What we're watching here is like really high-end shit that does not apply to regular people. And yeah, Brian still just not go to jail. That's the whole thing about it. Just like the whole Trump thing. That's like, you know, even though people are like, well, if a former president could be charged, well, we all could be charged. I mean, I guess, but also, he'll never see the inside of a jail cell, at least for the 34 counts he got convicted of, even though it's a Class C felony. But again, he has privilege that y'all just don't have, right? You know what I mean? Which, that's the problem with the justice system, right? Like, you know, depending who's your attorney, how much money you have, you get to play by slightly different rules, or you get things to, you know, you get the benefit of the doubt, or you get things, the you know, they usually say the wheels of justice really it grinds slowly, but for the people who have money and resources, it's usually timely for them, right? So it is what it is. Anyway, let's get to, let me see.
5 minutes. If you don't tell me,
If you don't tell me who it is, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you in contempt.
On Monday, Judge Ural Glanville held Young Thug's attorney in contempt, sentencing him to 10 weekends behind bars for refusing to share how he learned about a meeting between the judge, prosecution, and a key witness. However, on Wednesday, the state Supreme Court stepped in and stayed that sentence. Fellow attorney on the case, Douglas Weinstein, thinks the ruling and the sentence shouldn't be the central focus.
What happened on Monday with Brian Steele is in some way a distraction from the bigger issue that Mr. Steele was trying to bring up in court that concerns all of us, which is this ex parte meeting, this meeting that was held with the prosecutors and with the judge and without our knowledge. So that is the point of concern that Brian was raising that day, and I would like to see that addressed.
Today in court, defense attorneys asked Judge Glanville to consider a motion for a mistrial because of the meeting they say they weren't informed of, and because of...
Okay, all right. So Woody has been trying to testify, and I just want to say, because, you know, a lot of some of this information is being disseminated via a lot of thug fan pages. And I do want to caution all of y'all, because trust me, I was one of those people that was sitting here and watching the Tory trial, and everything that seemed to favor Tory, we're like, Tory's getting off, and he went to jail for 10 years, okay? I want to caution a lot of the people who keep trying to be like, oh no, Woody's doing an amazing job of playing with the prosecutor. Here's the facts. If a nigga is testifying for the state, there is no playing. This is court. Yeah, you could try to act like you don't remember, but number one, I think even the jury gets upset and feel like their time is being wasted when a nigga already said something in an interrogation, an affidavit. They've either signed their name on it or they signed a plea, and now they're in court acting like, you know, they're playing mind games. You're not gonna play mind games in court, okay? So for all the people who think YSL Woody ain't really snitching, no, he's snitching, but he's smart enough to realize that the documented snitching, he could try to wiggle out of what snitching is and act like he's not cooperating. If he wasn't cooperating, he would not be on the fucking stand. That's the point blank period thing. He is cooperating, and if y'all think that him snitching but acting dumb helps Thug, you're an idiot. Him being up there does not help Thug at all, okay? Him talking does not help Thug. If he wanted to help Thug, he would have moved to Guatemala or go dig a hole in the ground and motherfucking live in a bunker until his case was done. The mere fact he's up there does not help Thug. I've been seeing a lot of Thug fan pages act like he's doing an amazing job. There is no such thing as having an agreement with the government to testify and then testify but act like you're not agreeing with the government. Like, you had an agreement with the government. Like, you're snitching. That's what snitching is. Anyway, let me play you a little bit of what he did today.
Yesterday, it's love.
I told the investigator back then.
Okay. At
This point in time.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to play all of this shit, but I'm going to play a good amount.
Detective to work.
Here we go.
that on the Sunday at Cascade Skating Ring, that you got Thug on FaceTime so Kel and Thug could speak? Yes or no?
If Detective Thorpe said I told him that, I told him that.
So basically, all that little cute games he was playing was like, oh, I don't remember my age, this and third. You have to realize, and that's why I keep telling everybody, stop acting like, YSL Woody is a fucking retard. Like, he's a dumb nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, with all due respect, I'm not saying like the motherfucking DA is the smartest people on earth. But you're not going to have a fucking delinquent like this outsmart, like, people who actually have a brain, right? They didn't have him on the stand for him to play games about, what does Thug stand for? Oh, truly. Remember the other nigga was like, truly humbled underground. No. We have you on stand because you've signed off or you've said certain shit that we know that you've told us in terms of interrogators, us DAs, or you've done a sworn testimony saying that that's what happened and we think it'll help the case. So they don't give a fuck about his age and all that type of shit. That was him trying to play games. We have a recorded interview where you sat with, and I can pull it up. It's a recorded interview where you were snitching on that we want you to just say the same thing you said then, now. Yeah, you snitched for 3 hours, nigga. Where's the interrogation? I gotta do interrogation room. Yeah. Nigga, you snitched for 3 hours over here. You feel what I'm saying? Look, all they need for this nigga to do is basically do what he did here, right? But now he thinks he's playing games. But I think this dumbass nigga forgets you're already on tape doing it already, dummy. You said this shit already. So watch him try to play games to the prosecutor.
Okay. Do you remember that happening?
No, I don't remember.
They're asking him, do you remember you snitching and you telling these people everything that we're using to convict Thug? And he's acting like he don't remember sitting here with these Timbs, this beanie, and even at a point, he basically starts leveling with this woman saying, yo, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. How can I get out? And he's like, yo, I'm telling y'all everything. Go call him. Look at him thinking he's playing games. And by the way, only fans buy this bullshit because if you're a Young Thug fan and you think Woody's working for Young Thug, of course he's not, like, he's trying to seem like he's doing Young Thug a favor. Right? Because, of course, they're not going to give this nigga witness protection, right? And he has to live in the real world. But he already agreed to snitch.
Me and Shea Kelly ain't going to talk.
All right. And then, do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, so him and Thug talked, and whatever was said with that, I don't know?
I probably told Detective Thorpe that.
And again, that was in your January 11, 2015 interview.
I guess.
Okay. Let me put this on a little bit faster.
Now, did you also tell Detective Thorpe about a shooting that occurred at a gambling house in Lakewood?
If that's what he said.
Do you recall a shooting at the gambling house in Lakewood? Do you recall a shooting at a gambling house in Lakewood?
No.
You do not?
I don't.
Do you recall?
Okay. Let me also cut this off. Let me just stop here and say this. All they're asking this dude is to basically recollect what he already snitched and said. They're not putting ideas out there. This dude already said it. So what's going to happen is they know he's playing a game. The prosecutors are going to make a decision at the end of it. Hey, you didn't cooperate enough. We're still going to press charges or we're going to try to send you to jail. That's a decision later. If he just keeps capping like, oh, I never said that. Oh, I don't remember saying that. My memory's foggy. I don't remember saying that. What they're going to do at a certain point is what they did in the Tory case, because that's what Kelsey was doing with Tory. Oh, I don't remember that. Wait, I said that? Nah, I must have been tripping. They said, all right, Judge, could we play the defendant's own words to recollect, to remind the defendant what they said, right? They also did that, by the way, in the YNW Melly trial. Remember the woman that took the stand and her daughter was YNW Melly's like girlfriend, and supposedly YNW Melly called the girlfriend, or the girlfriend called YNW Melly when they were on the side of the road after the two friends got killed. And the mom, like basically the mom had initially talked to the cops, and eventually when she came on the stand, she said, oh, they forced me to say that. That's not really what I wanted to say. And the prosecutor kept saying, could we remind her of her own words? Like, we have like an affidavit, and Melly's lawyers were fighting for that not to be able to be brought up. So, sorry. I'm saying this is going somewhere. So, you know what I mean? For everybody who thinks this guy's a genius, a dummy could never be a genius. This guy's a dumb nigga, okay? He's dumb as they get. He already snitched. What they're going to do if he keeps playing dumb is ask the judge, could we play this 3-hour interview where he's snitching to remind the court and remind whatever what he said before. Now, if Thug's lawyer is good, they'll make sure this never gets played, because if this gets played, it looks crazy, right? But we'll see.
Call telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11, 2015 interview that there was a shooting over in Lakewood, and that it was Kel, and he was standing on top of a roof and shooting inside.
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember telling him that, or you don't remember telling him that?
When Detective Thorpe questioned me about what happened, I thought I was in there about 5 minutes. I thought I walked in and walked back out. So I don't know what I don't told him. I can't remember what I don't told him.
So you say you don't remember telling him about what happened?
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that. So can you start asking me what I supposed to told Detective Thorpe, because I'm telling you now.
Yo, a sassy snitch is the craziest thing. Y'all can't be a sassy snitch. How you up there telling like a motherfucker you sassy, bro? I really hate when these little street niggas get up here and they act like they're not snitching. You're up here to snitch, you dummy. You already snitch, you dummy. Get up here. You see when 6ix9ine was up there, yo, if y'all ever hear about, federal court, there's no cameras. So, 6ix9ine was up there, yes, ma'am. He was polite. He didn't play no games. He answered every question. That's why he's as free as a fucking bird today. These niggas get up there, they snitch, and they still trying to be sassy. You can't be a street sassy snitch. It doesn't work.
If he said that I said anything about anything, I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
Great. Well, I want to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe about.
And this is where, he's getting kind of emotional or upset. Dummy, they have to ask you about that. They have to ask you about that. Yo, so when you said that, that's true, right? Because they want to get it on the record. The thing with court is that until it's admitted in court on the record, the jury supposedly isn't supposed to consider it. So currently, the jury is not supposed to consider this. Now, this is why the prosecutors always tape some shit like this. They have the police tape it. Because if after he's done lying, they're going to probably make a motion to the court to say, yo, could we introduce this, that the jury could think about not only him capping up there, but what he actually said to the detectives when he did meet with them back in that time. Because now he's saying he don't remember. This time, he definitely remembered, right?
Wow. Did you also tell Detective Thorpe about the Friday before Nut was killed?
I guess.
Okay. On the Friday that Nut was killed, were you with Thug the Friday evening before Nut was killed?
No, you just said it earlier. Was I at the house? I said yes.
I'm talking about the Friday evening before Nut was killed.
Now, let me also, and I know I'm pausing so much, but I know a lot of y'all ain't tuned into every detail of this case. So the reason why this guy's a really important witness, and actually some people would call him the star witness, which means the main witness that needs to get this case over the hill for the prosecutors, is that, remember I told you that the main murder in this whole thing was the death of Donovan Thomas, the guy who was managing Rich Homie Quan, the guy who apparently, Young Thug and him got into some shit because, not only were there, there were different gangs and whatever associated, this guy was standing in between Young Thug and him being, whatever, Rich Homie Quan, and obviously other people didn't like this guy, and allegedly, as people want to say, Young Thug orders for this guy to get killed, right? The guy gets killed, allegedly. No, not allegedly got killed, but Young Thug ordered for him to get killed, allegedly. So the guy gets killed, and this guy is one of the guys who basically was putting together the pieces of puzzle that helped the cops believe that Young Thug was behind ordering the death of this guy, right? So without Woody corroborating certain shit and giving the context and details, remember, Young Thug never pulled the trigger. He didn't kill nobody. But apparently he told guys, go kill him. And apparently he got the vehicle for them to go kill him in. And apparently he met with the dudes after they killed him, which if you're the jury, Young Thug didn't pull the trigger. He didn't do anything. But you would clearly be like, oh, that sounds like a kingpin. So he ordered the murder, he got the vehicle for them to do it in, and he met with the niggas, congratulating them and paid them or whatever the case is after the murder. He's guilty, right? This guy is necessary for that. He's necessary to corroborate certain details. But he's plain dumb right now.
I can't recall. I don't know what I don't told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, what do you remember yourself?
No, when I think back about 2015, all I remember was getting a call saying that Nut was killed and I was responsible for it. And the only thing besides that is people showing up at my folks' houses.
Now, let me, and again, I'm so sorry if you're watching this, whether now on the stream or you watch this later, but stop pausing it. I'm trying to explain it for people who might not be that familiar with this case. Now, here's one of the problems Fulton County has had with this whole thing. Remember, there's rumors that Fauni Willis, who's getting piped down by Nathan Wade, who is a special prosecutor, apparently Fauni Willis like popping that pussy for some real niggas. There's also allegations, I don't know if they're true, that Fauni Willis was also getting fucked by Nut. Kind of ironic, right? Fucked by Nut. But anyway, apparently she also met with Nut's parents, always had a picture of Nut in her office, basically saying, I'm going to get justice for this guy. Now, I don't know if all that's true, but I've heard it from several sources in Atlanta. Okay, let's put that to the side. The problem that Atlanta's always had, and this is why they've finally zeroed in on Thug, they were trying to solve this Donovan Nut Thomas murder for a while. Except they arrested people for the murder, and turns out the people they arrested for the murder was completely wrong. Some people had nothing to do with it. So they kind of gave up at a point. But there was always, talk in the street. When niggas actually get a body. I think about these niggas these days. Niggas get somebody killed. They can't stop trying to tell you, I did that. Shit. I love Young Boy, but Young Boy be like, 7 murders in my city. Tell him I did that. Yeah. Young Boy just said us reach the record. 19 bodies. People, when they do some shit, a lot of times they'll try to take credit for it. So streets start talking and people start putting together 2 and 2 to be like, Thug's behind it. You'll never get proof, but Thug's behind it. Even when Rich Homie Quan's snitching, quote unquote, remember that video where Rich Homie Quan is like talking? Rich Homie Quan, leaked audio. He's literally basically saying, yo, this guy's Young Thug is an evil guy who's done some shit. And he's probably behind some shit, but he's talking in codes. Here we go. Let me see if we can find it. Where's that leaked audio at? Oh, shit. Why can't I find it? Why can't I find it? Audio leaked. Oh, my God. Fuck. Oh, this is a podcast or whatever. Fuck. Is it this?
But I'm trapping.
Right. So my hand was on the spot.
I saw them. We had a show together. I'm like, so I'm just asking nigga show. Everybody been talking about it. I'm gonna just be a man and answer myself.
Right.
Scrub, man, niggas know what has something to do with it. We just can't prove.
Right.
Point blank period. I ain't no rat, I ain't telling no. I'm just being real with y'all. Cause that's how much I
Okay.
love let, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit real fucked up, bro.
So, why did you suspect Young Thug when you went to Akademiks? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of let you
I ain't had no beef, bro.
Okay. So essentially, you know, the street starts talking. You know, people always think that the police don't know what the streets say. Of course they know. So they get basically wind of, yo, Young Thug is really behind this guy dying, right? Okay, cool. They locked up wrong people before for the guy's murder. Basically what happened in the Fulton County, like, DA's office, they went after the wrong people. Like, they try to, they were aggressive in trying to convict or solve this guy's murder, but they didn't have the right information at first, to the point that when they did find out the right information, allegedly, which is Young Thug ordered this guy to get murdered, they can't prove it's Young Thug that did it. And this is why we have a RICO, because this is the only way they could ever get Young Thug being seen as culpable for this murder. The only fucking way right now. So, who helps prove it? Woody. Woody already said certain shit, was basically, all right, good, he's saying the right shit. But now he's on the stand,